Okay, here's the key to the sequence exercise in the practical exam. So for the question, you are given a sequence file in seq.csv, and the first question is ask you to find out the fractions of ATCG in this sequence. Second question is to generate 10 random sequences based on the given sequences, and then write them out to a CSV file. So I first read the sequence file using the read.csv command function, and the number of nucleotide will be calculated using the table function. Now I want to change those into fractions, so we can find out the total number of nucleotides by using the length function. So the total length of the first vector will be the total positions in that vector. And in fact, if you just run the length here, you will see that's a total length. It's 1,449. So if I combine these two functions, table, and then directly divided by the total number of nucleotides, and now it will return the fractions directly. So that this will answer the first questions. And the second question, you can use a sample function to generate a random permutation of the sequences. So this will be the sequence 1. Now, well, if you just want to answer this question, you can generate sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence 3, and that will give you the 10 random sequences. Then you can combine them into a data frame and output them out. Now, this class is about computing and programming, so you may want to use a loop to do this. So now, in order to do a loop, I first generate a temporary spreadsheet. This will generate from the first random sequence I generate, and then I use the loop to generate the rest of the random sequences. So this is the loop from I to 1 to 9, and each time I still use the sample command to generate the random sequences, but this time after I generate, I use the cbind, which is for combining the columns with the previous result. So every time, look at this output. Output is my data frame spreadsheet. So every time I generate a new random sequence, I put into as a new column. So first time is the first column. I only have one column. After I run the first loop, I will have 2 columns. After I run this loop 9 times, I would have 10 columns of random sequences. So if I run this, and then I look at this file again, I should have 10 sequences. In fact, if you just for the exercise, you can change this to say 3. If I just run this for 3 times, you should have just 4 sequences. Yeah, you have 4 sequences. So this loop will control how many random sequences I will generate.